Why Kim didn't get or deserve a happy ending in Better Call Saul. Kim was a character that was loved by us viewers, and her on-screen relationship with Jimmy was something that many of us enjoyed watching flourish, but then come to an abrupt end when the brakes were put on it following the events that happened with Lalo and Howard Hamlin. Whilst it seemed as though she managed to avoid serving jail time for her involvement, the show didn't necessarily make it seem as though she got a happy ending. So I thought I'd delve a little deeper into it and find out why her ending was like that, and what would come for Kim in the future. So let's get into it. Here is why Kim didn't get or deserve a happy ending in Better Call Saul. Just to let you know, this video will contain spoilers. When we look at Kim and Jimmy's relationship in Season 6 of the show, we know that Jimmy was front and center with the history of being involved with Lalo, Mike Ehrmantraut, and the wrong side of the law with his conman days. He was a hustler, the slip-and-fall con artist, and the individual who was prepared to screw somebody over to get what he wanted, including his own brother Chuck. Whilst not intending on it going as far as what it did, he was still prepared to hurt him significantly. Kim, on the other hand, in the early days of Better Call Saul, was the lawyer that rose up the ranks extremely quickly, and was a valued member of HHM back in the day. With a mother that wasn't always there for her due to the fact that she was battling addiction, she was a grounded, relatable, human character that overcame troubles to have the success that she did, although it did end up going on a slightly different trajectory once James McGill entered her life. With us having more screen time with Jimmy throughout the universe, in the sense that we also saw him in Breaking Bad, the ending was predominantly about him in the sense that we were getting closure on a character that we learned a lot about over the course of 15 years. And he was finally facing all of the repercussions to his actions, whilst also taking the weight of Walter White's as well. When we take a look at the start of Season 6, we did see a slight transformation in the character of Kim Wexler. Following the announcement of the plan that she wanted to carry out at the end of Season 5, we saw that she was the individual that was pressing Jimmy for the push forward to get the payout of the Sandpiper case. Even at moments where Jimmy thought it was game over and everything was stacked against them, she had a vendetta against Howard and she wanted to take him down no matter what the cost was. Even though Jimmy didn't get on with Howard, it really felt like Kim was driving this. We saw that Kim was also even prepared to turn down the opportunity of a lifetime in her career. Also, she'd be able to deface the reputation of Howard Hamlin, to the point where he was run to the ground. But it turned out physically being buried a little deeper was something that she didn't quite plan for, and was something that was a step too far in the eyes of Kim Wexler, unfortunately leading her to breaking point. We'd seen throughout the course of the show, especially in the earlier seasons, Kim bite her tongue when it came to occasions where Howard would change his attitude towards her and call her out on her mistakes, but go a little too far in the way that he would address it. But gradually over time, even once the death of Chuck occurred, she could bite it no longer. This led to one of the times where she let loose on Howard, where she stated that she thought that Howard was treating Jimmy unfairly considering the situation that he was in. Kim wanted the money just as much as Jimmy wanted the payout of a lifetime. She wanted to start her own firm that helped slightly more disadvantaged people. She had good intentions in building something with heart behind it, but the money would have come at the price of a somewhat guilty conscience. The plan to take Howard down in Season 6 had multiple occasions where it could have been stopped or even gone wrong. Even right at the end, where we saw the photographs wouldn't have matched up, but instead of letting it go, we instead saw the fight for it to continue. In the final few episodes of the show, we saw Kim living the life that it seemed would be described as her worst nightmare. This was a few years on from the last time that we saw her in episode 9 of the show, when we saw that the death of Howard and being involved in it was too much for her to handle. We saw her living a suburban life that came across as excessively boring, in the sense that she had nothing to think about. From going from the life that she had with Jimmy all the way to Florida, where she was working for a sprinkler company, not knowing who she was, how to answer a question, or even what to say, you could argue that she is in her own prison, in the sense that she's around nobody that she likes, and is mentally trapped being somebody who she isn't. With Gene, I always felt like the lack of color represented the loss of Kim, the love of his life, and all of the things that he loved being gone from it. But with Kim, I got the impression that it was all of the life and excitement being sucked out of it, and boredom and mundaneness being present. Whilst Jimmy ended up behind bars, Kim on the other hand didn't. Jimmy took the rap for what happened with Howard, along with all of his other crimes that he committed. So although Kim went to the court and Cheryl, Howard's wife, and confessed all that happened, Jimmy's good gesture in the show's finale almost wiped her out of the picture, meaning she'll likely not face any repercussions for any of the actions, meaning that a guilty conscience is something that she'll likely need to live with, as no punishment for her actions will be heading her way. Kim drove the demise of Howard Hamlin, and if it wasn't for her at the wheel of the plan, then he wouldn't have ended up in her apartment and wouldn't have been killed by Lalo on the night in question. Jimmy fessed up, took responsibility in the court under oath, and was ready to face the punishment for his crimes once his game was up. Without Kim leaving in episode 9, we wouldn't have got the Saul Goodman that we saw in Breaking Bad, the man who did adopt a slightly different personality once she decided to leave him. Jimmy loved Kim, and she did him, but the pain and suffering that they caused others when they were together was a reason why they needed to split. Kim provided a lot of the toxicity and the reason to act on burning desire. Jimmy got what he deserved. Kim, however, got a lifetime of leading a life that she doesn't truly want to lead, living in an area where she's unrecognized, and with a partner who will not provide her the happiness or color that she once had with Jimmy in Albuquerque. Kim was a great character in the show, and we saw real development from her throughout the series, starting as an up-and-comer to being one of the best in the game, to then trading it all in through guilt after trying to take down the man that stood in her way. She will be missed as much as the show and as much as Jimmy will be, but she did get the ending that she deserved, and that wasn't a happy one. What does the future hold for Kim? Well, we saw her starting to channel previous elements of her old life in Florida, in the sense that she was volunteering at a law firm where she hoped to channel some of her old self back, but I feel it's almost just a mirage. She's looking back instead of forward by doing this, and is hoping to find a glimpse of a feeling of the life that she used to lead back in Albuquerque. She'll continue on as she was when we last saw her in Florida, but I don't think she'll truly ever find happiness again. So, there you have it. Why Kim didn't get or deserve a happy ending in Better Call Saul. If you want to see more videos on Better Call Saul such as endings explained, theories and predictions or character breakdowns, then click on the I button. Or alternatively, you can head over to my channel where you'll find them all. If you'd like to give me a show or movie that you'd like me to review, then head over to my Twitter, @BrainPilot_, and tweet me what show or movie you'd like me to review. And finally, if you'd like to see what I rate the latest movies that don't quite make the cut to getting a dedicated video, then head over to my Letterboxd profile. It's where I rate the latest releases in real time. Do you think Kim deserved better? Leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.